Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Benzo and this is my forever co-host Jum. And to wrap up our very important movie week, we talk about another movie dealing with very serious issues. And yeah, this will be probably short and sweet, and we will emphasize our point of saying that racism is stupid.
Very, very stupid.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
people who are from the outside looking in, it is very stupid to agree to that. Anyway,
I don't get it, but not gonna lie though, a lot of we are considered like the most racist country in Asia.
that's not a good thing. Anyway, moving on.
That is not a good thing.
I am concerned. I mean,
we're not racist. We don't like.
I am not
We
racist.
don't like the. We have our hands up.
Something a racist would say. Anyway, let's restart the video. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, like, we don't condone racism,
No.
obviously. Speaking as Filipinos, speaking as people who were occupied by the Spanish and Americans for years. The Spanish and Japan for World War II, but America for how many years? 50 plus years. Spain for 300 years. So yeah. Anyway, have you heard this movie before doing this for this video?
Yes, I have heard this movie before. Sadly, I didn't watch it in theaters. I don't think it was out in theaters when it got here.
I don't think so too.
It was in the middle of the pandemic, so we couldn't watch it on theaters. It was.
No, it
I
came
think
out.
it was out on Netflix though.
It came out 2018 though. But
2018.
yeah, I think it came out the same time as what did come out in 2018 again. I think it was like mid-year, and like since it was a very niche international film, they didn't really show it here. It's one of those foreign films that are like you can only when it comes to Netflix, that's when you can watch it. But like, I think they're like, is the Philippines interested in this? Not really. And I was like, okay,
I guess.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I like Spike Lee movies.
yeah, same here. Except for the 2013 version of Old Boy, that was pretty bad.
I already forgot we need to talk.
But yeah, I just heard about this movie from Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns, and that was about it. And I was,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, I can't wait to see this movie whenever it comes out here or in streaming. But hearing the premise, I was like, that's a bit too crazy to believe, actually. But yeah, I watched this during lockdown, and I was like, it might be in one of the movie categories, as you so famously say, that I might not watch again because there are things here that are too upsetting to rewatch. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it now. This is not one of those movies for me. Like, I don't mind rewatching this because I do love the performance of the guy who plays Ron Stallworth
Yeah.
and Adam Driver. Sorry if I don't know the name of the actor. He was the guy in the
John David Washington, the son of
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. No wonder he's so good at acting.
Right?
But yeah, that guy's cool. Like when he comes into a room, like the dude just oozes cool. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could pull that off, but I'm not black.
Yeah.
No, just, like his get up is so like,
Yeah.
it's good.
Again,
It's really fucking good.
he has all the swagger and vibes of his dad, and you're like, those two are so cool. I can only dream of being that cool. But yeah, if the audience is wondering, the story is that a African American police officer infiltrates the KKK, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
how does that work? And you see it through the story.
Yeah. Ooh. Lord, it's a little bit hard to watch because these people are just like, wow, we need more people like you. People who say these horrible shit about people who have done nothing to them. And I'm like, really? Cool. Alright.
Oh man, but yeah,
And like, if we say something out of pocket or like, we're not supposed to say that shit. No, okay. No, like if we say anything out of pocket, we're just kind of saying things from the movie verbatim.
yeah.
So
But we obviously won't say
forgive us
this.
if we do say it.
We don't obviously we won't say the slurs because that is a show.
No,
yeah,
God, no.
Yeah, but yeah, like just from the start, you see how even though this is set in the 70s, how bad racial tensions are within the office because we get the piece of shit patrolman who's like, get me the profile of this animal, and he's like, that's a human.
Yeah, he's like, give me the name, I'll find him for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. Woo, Lord. It was just around the time where people had colored bathrooms, too.
The 70s, I think they were progressing towards not having that, but people were still sticking. You see that people are still sticking to the old ways of like, back in my day, we could call them this, and they're like, one, you're just stuck in your old ways, trying to make your views fit the new views that are proper, and wondering why it doesn't fit. They're like, why doesn't the star fit in the square peg? I don't understand. You're like, what?
Right? And it gets even worse because, like, we're getting into the nitty gritty. Because his first job was supposed to infiltrate the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
But I guess it didn't turn out so well. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or I think he was just like there to make sure nothing gets out of hand.
Because like the FBI has always been like, as far as I know, has been like, this group is a bit too radical, and we need to keep an eye on them. I'm not too familiar with the history of the Black Panthers, so I can't really say if they're very violent or not. But like, there seems to be an unfair bias of like, hey, if you're spying the Black Panthers, why aren't you doing the equal to the KKK? Because they're
right.
pretty
Even
bad.
at the ending of this fucking movie is that like anything that kind of like black violence, it gets reported.
Yeah.
It gets on paper. But when it's like say the KKK, they're like drop the case, rip it up.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about this. Well, why?
Yeah.
Why? They clearly did a terrorist attack at the end of this movie. Why?
Right. And like all the Black Panthers are doing, and for that moment, is giving a speech of like embracing your inheritance and fighting against the racism and the country. And like it does go extreme of when he's like, arm yourselves. You're like, maybe that's why the FBI is like, we should put them on the watch list. But again, it's leaning towards them always being under surveillance, while the other group is just like, it's fine, we can let them go. They're not that bad. You're like, huh, what?
Right? Yeah. So like once they start doing a little bit more in the KKK, you know, he accidentally uses his real fucking name.
Right? I do love.
You idiot.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Ron Stallworth. I hate the African Americans. I wish they were wiped from the face of the earth. And Topher Grace, David Duke is like, all right, cool.
No. He didn't meet like David Duke.
Oh yeah, there's St. Paul or something, like the right hand of him. Sorry, yeah, Paul. And he's like, all right, this guy seems legit. And that's when Flip, Adam Driver's like, Rookie, did you mention your real name? And he's like, I did. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. It's like amateur out here.
Yeah.
But of course, they're like, hey, we would like to meet you in person. How about we meet up here? But there's a big problem. Stallworth is black.
Yeah, and even Adam Driver's like, do you not see the picture? What's wrong with this picture?
What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, no, that's why you're going as him. Which is even weird, like, equally as weird because he's Jewish.
Yeah. And they're like, they killed Christ, and they're responsible for all the misery in this world. Like, that's what the beginning with Alec Baldwin was, the against other people who are different. Basically, you're like, man, you are an asshole, and you are the lowest piece of shit. And you're like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was one of the founders of the KKK. So you're like, oh, damn. You guys are all terrible.
Yeah, everybody's terrible in this movie. Not everybody, but like a lot of people are terrible in this movie.
I remember watching this the first time, and then the opening happens, and my mom was like, "Are you watching about the Civil War?" I was like, "I think this is the opening," and then we see the Confederacy flag, and we were like, oh, okay."
Yeah, and like it's a film like painting them as heroes. I'm like,
Oh. Yeah, their ideals as like proper, like no. But yeah, I do like the infiltration scene where all these people are just saying really horrible stuff or stupid stuff, like Scorpion from Cobra Kai, who's the same character he is in every film essentially.
Yeah. Okay, look, we're not gonna we're not gonna say what they fucking said, but it's just a lot of horrible things that they're saying, and they're all agreeing, and it's just it's very unsettling because you're like,
sometimes
wow, these.
I just had to remove this because I'm like, I can't take this anymore. Too much.
I mean, I don't mind like watching it as a movie. If I heard it in real life, I would like to walk away from that conversation.
Yeah.
But like just hearing him, like, wow.
Yeah.
They really are ignorant.
Yeah.
Like it's very. I kind of like it that they're showing it this way because you kind of see this ain't right. These people are clearly in the wrong, and they're like trying to justify like no, like this person did this to my sister. I'm like, I feel like you're lying. You know,
the lie detector test. The one guy tries to make Adam Driver do, and he's like,
like show me your penis.
like I ain't no, and he's about to kill him, but like Ron like breaks a window, and of course the wife panics because he's like, he's different from us. I panic. Just what? But like,
there's a meme that I saw where Adam Driver delivers a line, you know, the line as he's shooting at Ron Stallworth, and the director goes, "Adam, the line was, get back here."
Holy mother of improv, Batman. But no, that's obviously just a meme.
Yeah, it's just a meme.
Yeah.
But I just found it so fucking funny.
I find 2 points interesting when Ron was talking to Flip, and he's like, why aren't you more invested in this? The hate you hear them say about your people, why aren't you more pissed off? And he's like, Rookie, that's my business. But like later on, he's like, you know what? I never thought about being Jewish until now. And now it's something I think about all the time since he's been exposed to all this bullshit. And you're like, damn. Another point is when the second to the chief tells Ron like, oh, David Duke is going into politics, and Ron's like, that's not politics. And he's like, yeah, but he's going in his views are going in it in such a way of like he's gonna tackle like immigration or all these other problems, but like underneath that blanket is obviously bigotry and hatred. And Ron's like, our country would never do that. And then he's like, when are you gonna wake up? It's already happening. Like Ron here's constantly told like, when are you gonna wake up, man? It's happening right now. You're just too ignorant to see. And you see, I like the presentation of both sides of like ignorance against ignorance never produces good results.
Yeah. Well, like, again, we like good people who have ignorance and then the bad people who have ignorance. We see both sides. And yeah, we see Ron Stallworth here kind of like doing his best.
Yeah.
But he wants to see like the good in everything kind of deal.
Yeah, even
like
even Patrice is like, when are you gonna wake up? You can't change the system from the inside because it's already corrupted by these racist views. When are you gonna wake up and see that it's gonna take a bigger hand to change this? And he's like, I can change this. I am already infiltrating this. And she's like, yeah, but if you cut off one head, another will take its place and the system will reset itself, and we're going to be in this vicious cycle. And you as the audience is like, they're talking about our present. Why? Oh God.
Well, I mean, we're in that vicious cycle.
Yeah. You're just like, the madness.
It is, yeah. And which is kind of, I guess it was a little bit of an eye-opener for Ron Stallworth when, at the ending where he tries to stop the bombing, he does not. He gets tackled by the cops because he was capturing like the wife of Felix.
Yes, and he gets beaten up.
He gets assaulted by a couple of cops when he told him, "Hey, I'm a private detective."
Yeah. Or
I'm an undercover cop. And they still beat the shit out of him until Adam Driver comes in and tells him he's an undercover cop. And they were like, "What? He's a cop?" They were like,
yeah, it's very fucked up, uncomfortable. Yeah, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And before that, he gets in contact with David Duke, played by Topher Grace, and you're like, whoa, what of all the actors? Why? Can never see it the same way again. Actually, I think
it's okay.
Obviously, he doesn't have the same views, but like I read somewhere that Topher Grace was so shaken up by this whole experience that he finds comfort in editing films to like a shorter runtime. So he, as a way to comfort himself, he like edited the entirety of the Lord of the Rings to like an hour and 15 minutes just to escape the role he was playing.
I feel bad for Tofu Grace because he had to play as the king himself.
Yeah, man, just him
or,
being
or the leader himself of the KKK.
just the way he speaks about African Americans of like, I don't hate them. They're like, these are his words from the movie. They're like your favorite dog, and you're like, excuse me, excuse me, and like your heart breaks when they die. You're like, they're not. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like it's like you're not helping yourself. It's like that really racist uncle that you have in the family, trying to dig himself out of the grave that he's in.
And as Filipinos, we all have been there. Of like, can you please just shut up?
Yeah, a lot of times. To all the titos and titas, I'm not excluding you guys. When you all start talking about race, the best way to go at it is to shut the fuck up. You know, like, just don't mention it at all.
Just don't bring, especially during the holidays.
Especially religion.
Oh my god!
My god. This is the next generation giving a message to you guys who might be a little too stubborn to listen to a guy who's on a video. But shut the fuck up.
Oh man. The scene I really do like is Adam Driver's ceremony, just opposed to the Black Panther speech of the guy telling about this horrible real crime that happened, and just opposed to that is the KKK having the ceremony, watching that film. I forgot the name of the film, but the film.
Yeah, it was like Brave New World or something. I forgot what it was called.
Rise of the Nation, which glorifies the KKK.
Right.
Ah man, that's such a haunting image, and it ends with them saying their slogans, and I get shivers of like, man, that was a powerful message Spike Lee is sending. It truly is a memorable movie. I will watch this again, but it will take some time off. Like, I need to calm down.
I need a break.
Yeah, but it's a very powerful, eye-opening moment of like, Jesus Christ.
And like, we also get that situation where Ron Stallworth, the real Ron Stallworth, has to be a bodyguard for David Duke. And then people were like, okay. I was like, well, that's a bad idea, but his boss says so. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, I don't get the chief of like, you have to be the bodyguard of like, did you just not hear your own words of like, the man I hired to infiltrate the KKK has to be the bodyguard of the head of the KKK. You're like, what? Why?
I don't get it either.
Why does it specifically
really
have to be African American? I get that there are death threats, but like, you have other police officers who are not Ron Stallworth. Right.
And I was like, why? And then he goes like, oh, aren't you the one who told me that you could speak the King's English and jive fluently? I was like, that's not the point.
Just get like 5 people to guard this asshole, and you're.
No, get a white cop. Like, but anyway, we do get a solid scene of him like, oh, people aren't gonna believe me that I'm with the leader of the KKK. Yeah. Take a picture of us, Adam Driver, and like they take a photo and like pulls them in, and like touches their shoulders, and they're all like, back the fuck up.
And I do love the fact that Ron just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, alright, threaten me. I dare you to punch me. Or try something, motherfucker. I'll have you arrested, and that's 5 years, bitch. Try it right now. And they're like, come to Louisiana. It's like, why don't you do it right now? It's like, oh, okay. Shit. He has a plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is the ending with the whole domestic terrorist scene where they already figure out the whole Ron Stallworth thing, but they still plan to bomb the student rally. And like they're since the wife's an idiot, they blow themselves up. And like, haha. But you see like Ron being beaten up, you're like, why? Fuck, why don't you believe him?
Yeah, it was cathartic at the same time very sad.
Yeah.
Like, we get to see the racist people getting blown up. I was like, that's funny. And then we get to see, like, Rod Stallworth getting beaten up when he told the people, "Hey, I'm a cop."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
And it
too
only
much.
takes a fellow white cop to stop them. You're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Sweet mother of Jesus. And you think this kind of has a happy ending because they arrest the piece of shit patrolman. And you're like, alright, that's one bad apple. And then the guy's like, oh, because of budget cuts, we have to cut this program, cease all communication with the KKK right now. And you're like, but they nearly bombed students. I don't understand why we're stopping this. Please, Chief, explain to me why. And he's like, we have no money. Bullshit. No money.
Yeah. Like, for sure it's from the higher ups kind of deal. I am not sure. But yeah, it's a very bitter ending. I was gonna say bittersweet, but it's just bitter.
Oh, yes.
Like, sure, they stopped a school bombing, but at the same time, nothing has changed.
Yeah, Spike Lee takes you to our present, their future, our present, and you're like, oh man. And you hear if you listen closely to the leader's words of like, there are bad people and there are violent people on the other side. You're like, yeah, we get the message you're trying to send to people who support you. Please shut up.
Yeah, and then, oh Lord, you would think the people like the KKK would have been gone.
Yeah,
they're still around. I thought that thing was gone and illegal.
Yeah, or at least hidden. No, they're not hiding. Definitely not hiding. Kind of wish they didn't shield their eyes. So I'm like, can you not block their eyes so they can get fired from their job at least?
I guess, but like, it doesn't help either when they would have like the whole torches and everything. I was like,
again,
but yeah, the movie ends with like, oh, there's another burning of the cross, and then they show us the horrible violence that's happening because of racism, and Spike Lee has an amazing way to show us a message at the end of this movie.
Yeah,
it is rough too because they do show us like that one scene where a guy drives through a crowd and kills one girl.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember reading about that. However, like to see in like the news and again to see it again in this movie, I was like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ! Holy Mother of God! Why?" Yeah, You're right. It's not a bittersweet ending because it's just bitter, man. Of like, oh, this is our reality now, our present.
We wish it would change. We wish they would. It was like a happier ending where everything kind of went right, but of course that's kind of a spit in the face of the people who's suffering from it today.
Yeah, to just ignore it is helping
equally as bad.
Yeah, helping the perpetrators. Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, what would you rate BlacKkKlansman?
Oh Lord, that is a toughie. Can I say, will I be able to watch this with family? No, God, no. I would love to watch this on my own. Again, like, it is a trip, it's fun. Not in the racist kind, it's just like Ron Stallworth, I can't say, Stallworth, messing with the KKK, and getting the KKK gang their comeuppance, but at the end, they still win. It is a movie worth watching. I think this is probably one of my first Spike Lee movies. Yes, it is. Which kind of introduced me to Spike Lee, and I love his work. But I will say I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. I will not watch this anytime soon. It is a very heavy film.
Yeah.
But it is a very important film.
Yeah.
Is it easy to watch? No. Is there a message that will be drilled into your head? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there. 8 out of 10. Still a good movie. I highly recommend anyone who has a very wavering sense of morale. Please watch this.
I just hate the fact they call themselves the KKK as a Filipino. I very much hate that. I'm like, why?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of
We
course.
came first, by the way. We came first. Our KKK came first.
Yeah, the freedom fighters who
Yeah.
tried to liberate us from the hands of the colonizers came first before the stupid fucking races. What's my score? I will give this a 9 out of 10. It's a very important movie. At times very uncomfortable. And like just seeing people just be the worst versions of themselves from that side of the fence. And just having your eyes open of like, yeah, no one has right now, no one has the excuse to be ignorant or be clumsily ignorant, just being willfully ignorant because of all the internet and all the things that are happening around. You can't always close your eyes. You have to open up your eyes. And you guys might be wondering like, I know there might be comments of like, you guys shouldn't we do heavy movies since you are geeks and degenerates, but once in a while we do this because movies do say a very important message. I think this is one of them. It is a very important movie of our time, and as you said, I do hope things change for the better. It's weird how much the pendulum has swung from like the mid 2000s to like the last year of Obama. I was like, I thought we were fine. I thought there were clear lines that we all agreed on. Apparently not. But yeah, uncomfortable movie, important movie, a very necessary movie, and very good movie by Spike Lee. I think my first movie was Malcolm X by him.
I
Again,
haven't seen Malcolm X.
pretty good, pretty impressive. Like it shows you the real Malcolm X, not people being like, "Oh, Martin Luther was the preferred peaceful one, while Malcolm X was the more violent one." You see the real him of like, "Oh no, they were both peaceful. Malcolm X was just a bit more forceful of like, you have to do this now." I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it's a very important message. But yeah, that has been our video on BlacKkKlansman. What do you guys think? What's your favorite Spike Lee movie? If you like our videos, please give them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Oh, sorry. For TikTok, we also react to trailers. Whether that be Marvel, Godzilla, Napoleon, whatever. You'll find our reactions there. Individually, I am on TikTok as well as Zoda's Voices. I do Venom, I do Goofy, I do a lot of impressions when I can. Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnGEOM_ on Instagram. It is America.
And until the next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.